Welcome to the final episode of the Multifamily Collective, year 2025. I wanted to end cap the year by reading a blog post that I put out today. You can find it on my blog at multifamilycollective.com, or you can find it posted on Twitter and some other places, but in the socials, let's call it that. I wanted to read this to you because I think this is setting the stage for the year 2026. It certainly is acknowledging and identifying that a lot of companies have actually done the work to be ready for what will be, let's call it an AI unreadiness tsunami that's going to make its landfall in multifamily in 26 and will have impacts into the out years. And getting behind now will not be an option, should not be an option for you as a property management company. So here it is. The title of the article is AI is moving faster than your ops team, why multifamily is structurally unready for what is next. And here's my quote. I worked on this for a little while. AI is moving faster than your organization, and no, pilots don't count as a plan. So here it is. Every multifamily PMC wants an AI story to tell. Here's the version you don't want to tell. Or worse, you don't want to acknowledge. Even worse, the one you're oblivious to. Don't fret. There is hope. Most PMCs aren't unprepared. Wait, I lied. It's past time to worry. They're misprepared. Break the glass and pull the alarm, all of the alarms. Over the past several years, due mostly in part to supplier partners, there's no ill intent meant in these fine humans adding AI features to their core products, or in some cases, a marketing tagline. But I digress. PMCs have adopted AI like it's a tool, not a transformation. A pilot here, a dashboard there, but under the hood, no structure, no systems, no real muscle for iteration. Read humans that are not open to change. But make no mistake, multifamily is thus PMCs are sprinting toward an AI-infused future. The problem is they're still running in shoes that Jim Thorpe made famous in the 1912 Stockholm Olympics. If you don't know that story, I linked up to it, but basically Jim Thorpe's track shoes were stolen right before his event, so he borrowed some out of the trash can. This is not meant as a metaphor, but a diagnosis, and more importantly, a warning. Get a new pair of track shoes and lace them up tight, because this is the most critical sprint your PMC will ever run. The time is now. AI adoption is moving at a breakneck speed, but the operational backbone that supports it is made of process, people, decision rights, and data structures. And that backbone is fragmented and fragile. It's outdated. In many cases, it's dangerously unaware. Most PMCs do not have a centralized AI team. No one owns the roadmap. No one owns the feedback loop. No one owns the ethics. No one owns the scale. No one owns the failures. So when something breaks, or when it scales without oversight, there is no hand on the wheel. AI does not reward experimentation. It rewards orchestration. We're not talking about a SaaS install here. It's an operating model shift. This is the thing. This is the punchline to this entire article. It's the punchline that you need to wrap your head around. Call it a TINA problem. If you don't know what TINA is, there is no alternative is what that stands for. Unless you restructure your organization to keep pace with the pace and pattern of AI's evolution, you're not building a competitive advantage. You're creating what the tech industry calls technical debt. Just put another solution on top of another solution on top of another solution just to keep up. I'm going to call this the readiness gap. The symptoms are already appearing everywhere. Data pipelines are bottlenecking innovation. Frontline teams are stuck interpreting dashboards that they do not trust. AI recommendations are ignored because they are not connected to real decision flows. And the executive team, they're playing with ChatGPT while the real leverage dies in committee. I've been a part of a couple of organizations like this. Everything just dies in a committee. You can't close the readiness gap with more AI tools. You must be thoughtful, intentional, and strategic. And most of all, committed. You need an AI command center. It must be cross-functional. It must cut across silos. It must be culturally embedded. It must own education, integration, and experimentation. This cannot be a shadow IT project. IT doesn't own this. They can't own this. This has to be C-suite driven, CI or CEO supported, CEO driven. It must be a strategic warrior of the business. Most importantly, they must have a voice. This is really important. Must have a voice at the table that carries real responsibility, accountability, and most importantly, authority. Start with your operating rhythm. If AI decisions are made at the edge without feedback loops into core planning, you're sprinting blindfolded. We're sticking with the running analogy, sprinting blindfolded with both arms tied around your back. or behind your back. If your data foundation is not layered, labeled, and leveraged across every team, then your thinking is wishful and hopeful. If your front line is not trained and trust and verify to trust outputs, you will hit a stalling point. And I linked up to stalling point if you're not entirely sure what that is. The next 12 months will define the next 12 years, and this transformation will be won by the early integrators and orchestrators. Runners, take your mark. I really believe in my heart of hearts that 26 in the out years, based on the impact that AI has had in our industry and will have in broader industry, will be a defining factor. It'll be a defining moment in business. And this is not about necessarily putting AI into workflows to change outputs, although that is a thing. This is about changing the way you work, entirely rearranging the way that your hierarchy functions. It's baking AI into your workflows at the deepest levels. It's thinking about work completely differently and designing your organization around that. Organizational development. We've taken this concept of organizational development and we're going to lay it over organizational development with the tool of AI, and it's going to completely rearrange the way that we do business, the way that we create outputs and outcomes, and the way that we create accountability in our organizations. This is the year. The technology it's outpacing our ability to leverage it. And if you don't put your AI command center in place, or somebody that is wholly and totally responsible for and has the complete and utter authority to take actions inside your organization, then you will be left behind. Doesn't mean you're going to go out of business. Doesn't mean your occupancy is going to dip. Doesn't mean your rents aren't going to come in. But it does mean that those that do leverage this, the people that do get ready, the people that do get to take advantage of it because they took the time to get ready and they were intentional about it, they'll fly past you. They'll have better occupancies. They'll have more optimized rents. They'll have better team member experiences, consumer experiences, supplier partner experiences, and the investors will win. And I think most importantly, everyone will win. We can go off on another tangent, but we won't for this post. Lace up those track shoes, get a really good pair because you're going to burn them up very fast, but lace them up tight, get ready to sprint because this is the year. 26 is the year. Take care and Happy New Year.